Hey, I'm Scooty, and today we're going to be having some conversations. Some very important TF2 conversations, actually. I actually kind of want to go over how much more the spy is than just killing, because, you know, his main priority, or I guess you could say his main ability, is the backstab. And this is a perfect map to practice backstabbing, you know, stair stabs, backstab, just anything really. It doesn't really matter. You can do dumb shit. But spy is a lot more than just killing, and there's not really many ways to practice the other aspects of spy, which is why I'm making this video. I want to give tips to any spy learning to basically make his game better. You can only do so much when just killing. There's a lot more involved that will make you a much better spy, and that separates the good spies from you if you don't feel that you're a great spy. So, we're going to be going over quite a few topics, so let's get into it. Alright, so we have 6 topics. It goes from simple, and then down to very complex, and then ends with some more simple stuff. We got acting, timing, juking and or escaping, hard reads, predicting predictions, which, yeah, that sounds pretty crazy, and then just general good movement. So, let's hop in. So, the first category, acting. Now, acting in TF2, at least in terms of spy, is generally using a disguise to fool your enemies into thinking you're one of them, but for generally extended periods of time, and then going for a very nice or opportune stab. Take a look. So, let me explain. I kill the sniper first here, and only the sniper. That's very important for later because I end up disguising as him if you didn't notice. Right here, just basic juking the medic, did a little bit of extra damage, who cares? That's not what we're talking about in this section. So, as you can see, I'm now disguised as that sniper. I'm looking around, checking the surroundings. I'm going to hide in this corner to hide the decloak noise. Always use corners and elevations to your advantage for that. And since I see everybody turned around, I now go jump in. That medic right there to the left, he's looking for me. But since I'm disguised as the same sniper that was there earlier and I'm not looking at him, aka acting, he doesn't spy check me. Then I'm able to get a medic. And then, you know, some fun little juke here. But that's for later in the video. I do bunny hop off of his head, which is fun. But yeah. So, for our second clip, we have a different type of acting. This acting is purely just not reacting to being spy checked, which is, yes, a lot more important than you think, and also a lot harder than you think. It's very hard to not react to taking damage. But, as you can see in this clip, it does pay off. Just watch. Alright, there's a lot that happens, so let's get it done. First, the other spy steals my kill, puts me in an awkward spot where the soldier's peeking around for him. But, since I don't react to the damage, and I also play off of the other spy's disguise smoke, this soldier is safe. At least he thinks so, but he's clearly not. So it lets me get the kill, and I get the fuck out of there. Now, we're going to move on to the second category of timing. Timing, as a spy, is very important because it lets you get stabs that you otherwise would not be able to get. Let's watch. Once again, there's quite a lot to talk about, so let's get it done. The pyro up there is quite paranoid of me. He doesn't want me to exist, and I don't want him to exist. That's kind of just how it is. Now, as you can see, he does turn. He turns towards my team, and my team is preoccupying him, so that's when I decide to move in. Now, in this clip, you won't actually hear it, but in the original one, before my commentary, you hear the pyro's flames going off about now. I know that at that point he's spy checking, and as soon as he's done spy checking is always the best time to move in, which lets me get the pyro, the heavy, and then I eventually end up with the scout after missing a few panic shots. But there you go. Got him. Alright, now we are going to move on to our third topic, which is juking and escaping. And yes, little side note, I'm aware that there's only one clip in the timing section, but I felt like I explained it quite well and you can probably get the gist of it. Anyways, Juking and escaping is a lot of map knowledge and also just general good movement, which is another category. Movement ties into almost every one of these, but let's watch. Also, I'm just going to be straight commentating over the clips, not worrying really about the slow-mo part, because there's 5 clips in this section. To start this clip off, I get a little cheeky butter knife on the soldier. He's low health, I go for it, and then a sniper appears. But since he has his melee out, I can do a simple circle strafe and then run for the health and ammo and escape. Melee juking is probably the easiest here. Moving on, I get a little stab on this engineer and a scout pops up, so what I do is I use a cloak juke. I juke like I'm going down the stairs, back up into the corner, and then run away. The scout milks the corner, but since I've already moved, doesn't really do anything, and I get out scot-free. Once again, I'm bullying engineers. It's kind of my job, but in this clip, you're actually going to see 2 different types of juking. We have the melee juke, which is a lot easier when you have a speed boost from any source, but the main focus is projectile juking. Now, I'm strafing back and forth in between the demo shots, timing his shots to my movements, so therefore I don't ever get directly hit. That gives me enough time for my dead ringer charge and lets me escape. Since projectiles have to move through the air before hitting you, you're actually able to dodge them like that, just using specific timing. And also do a little strafe to get around the corner before my dead ringer ends, but you know. For our 4th clip here, we start out by dropping a medic's Uber, which is basically the holy grail of spy picks. But anyways, the sniper bumps me, obviously sees me, I have no option to go but down. But instead of going for the health, I sit here, thank you Cloak and Dagger, and juke him out. He thinks I'm going for the health, and he goes to check it, obviously. He doesn't see it disappear, he doesn't see me there. So, he eventually gives up, runs back the other way, and I get to live, when I definitely should have died there. For our final clip in the category, we're going to be using a multitude of techniques. First, we're using our friendly there as a distraction. They're all focused on that spy. So, I take that as the chance to go in, but I do bump the sniper and land on his head somehow. But anyways, we're going to strafe out of his way since he's going to go melee the corner. We're going to go sit on top of my favorite little spot, and with the cloak juke, he now thinks I'm nowhere to be found, he gives up. But I'm waiting. Moving on to our next category, now we land in the land of hard reads. A hard read is when you predict exactly what the enemy is going to do, even if they have like 3 or 4 options. So for example, you see the cloaking spy there, he could turn a lot of different ways, but I predict perfectly exactly where he's going to go, and I shut him down. That is a hard read. Take a look. Fuck's sake, dude. He's running Spycicle too, he went under. He's smart, he's going this way. Yeah, he took, oh, I got him! I totally just predicted his entire movement. Let's break that down. We see the spy jumping down. He could have turned to the left and gone up to the middle point, but my hard read tells me that he's going for the health. It kind of makes sense. So what I do is I predict he's going to walk this way. I immediately see the health is gone while also pre-firing, and boom, there he is. Also, he ends up calling me a hacker at the bottom, which, yeah, you do something like this on a guy, he's gonna think you're hacking. It's very skillful. Now we get to the good stuff. Predicting predictions. A spy that can do this really is separated from the rest. This requires very advanced knowledge of the map, the player themselves, and how high the player's skill level is. In this clip, I run away from a sniper, and, well, he thinks I'm going for the ammo, which I initially think of doing, but then I stop and think, wow, what if he stops and waits for me? Then I wait for his wait, and it's a bunch of layers, but it's very nice to pull off. Friend, think I'm not dumb? Scrub. So, the main reason I described the clip before playing it is because this is a very mind game heavy clip. Let's talk. The sniper assumes that I'm going for the ammo to refill my cloak, which is a good move on the sniper's part, but I predicted his prediction, and well, at that point you can clearly see it's over. He's nowhere near me, he thinks I'm below the stairs, he thinks I ran away, it's over. That is predicting predictions. Moving away from the layers and layers of mind games, now we come back down to simple, good movement. For this, you really need to have fast fingers and be very aware of your environment. But both of those come with experience, so chances are, as long as you practiced a little bit of movement, you're probably already able to do it. And also for this section, there's last 2 clips, so I'm just gonna, narrate over the clips as they play the first time. This clip, this dumb man glitches into me, makes me lose my disguise, and the sentry shoots me, but since I cloak before it kills me, I'm actually able to surf off of the damage I received, in midair, kinda like a rocket jump. We lose the round, but I mean, you have to admit, that was pretty nice. Alright, here's our final clip. I've been fighting a dumb man in this tunnel for a little bit, and he gets tired of it, so he pushes me. As you can see, a grenade comes straight towards me, but I quickly unscope, jump, and backward strafe at the same time, and then, as he pushes me even more, get a nice little quick scope. That's really good movement. And that marks the end of that discussion. Sorry if I did go a little fast, I'm sure I did, but it's a topic I'm very passionate about, you know, being a TF2 nerd and all of that. And, you know, I just like helping other spies. I don't ever like to see other people struggle below me, so I feel like with these tips, anybody can get a lot better at their game if they're not good enough already. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to also see you in my next video. And before I do save my final words in my piece, disclaimer, I'm not claiming to be the best player in the world, I'm obviously not, but I have quite a bit of knowledge compared to the average player, so I like to share that knowledge. Also, if you hear my phone vibrating, ignore that. I don't really feel like editing it out, because I just did hours of editing and clip gathering and other things for this video. Yeah, you get the point. But yeah, thank you for watching, hope this helped you, and peace.